What are you doing? Hi, mister. So I had to show you guys this. We did not get to document the kombucha making and was gonna kind of run it past you all and see, like, is that something you want to see? But I want to show you. This is our kombucha in the making. Check out the SCOBY. Got some healthy SCOBYs. I gotta bring this downstairs because we just poured off a lot of the kombucha and my mom went ahead and added, one had a bunch of blueberries and then the other one was fresh apple, and it's gonna be super yummy. But this one, I wanna eventually maybe do some pomegranate. And last time we had it brewing up here, I think the temperature just got a little bit too hot, so we are now storing it downstairs. So I have to bring this, I gotta bring this baby. I'll bring this baby downstairs where we keep all of our food storage. Everything that we grew on our farm came from House Tools seeds, which I have been completely just blown away with the variety of seeds, the abundance of food. So not only were we able to can the majority of our tomatoes, we also sold bushels and bushels of tomatoes. I also have a bunch of the cherry tomatoes that are stored in the freezer as well. And then next year, now that we have the freeze dryer, I'm like really excited to see about freeze drying a lot of our vegetables as well. We also did, it doesn't look really pretty, but let me tell you, when you are in a bind and you want a quick dinner, having canned meat, pressure canned meat, has probably been a lifesaver. All you have to do is just pour it out, heat it up, and you can make nachos with it. This can go on like chicken salad. I mean, this definitely, having like meat canned ready, it frees up my freezer, but then it's also like ready to go, ready to eat. Now I am really excited to do a little bit of a test trial between canned chicken meat and freeze-dried chicken meat so that I can kind of like gauge to see what I like more. I have a bunch of bone stock that we did, butternut squash. I also have a lot of dehydrated cherry tomatoes. These also came from House Tools as well, but what I did with a few of them, and I'm really actually excited about it, but I have some in oil as well, so we can cook with that. And then we had some extra strawberries that we went ahead and dehydrated. To me, when it comes to homesteading and food preservation, having food in your pantry is equivalent to having money in your bank. I don't have to go to the grocery store. I don't have to, like, my grocery store is outside or down here. And yeah, there's some things that obviously I don't have yet, but this is hours of work between starting your plants as seed, tending to them, growing them, harvesting them, and then preserving them. This is all part of homesteading. I also have our dry rack, which I will add this to our Amazon storefront. I think it's a really awesome thing to have, especially if you are going out and you are foraging and then drying leaves, or if you're making your own tea blends. I would hate to preserve herbs in a way that they could potentially mold and ruin. Now, we have initially done a lot of our herbs just drying on this rack. But now that I have the freeze dryer, play around and actually do more freeze drying herbs to keep the flavor, to keep everything. But right here, this is all mullein leaf that we harvested. The whole thing is full, and then I have yarrow up at the top. So here in the next couple of weeks, there are a few things that I need to do in the garden, and I will take you guys along with me. I am waiting to see if I can get some garlic from House Tools, and then I'm also gonna go ahead and start some seeds. I mentioned in my last video about my high tunnel clean out and how I'm gonna my plan is to see what I can grow in there all winter long. And see how it works, see if it's possible. That's something I'm gonna take you guys with me. And then I'm also gonna start laying out my seed plans for 2022. 2021 is almost over. If anyone is interested in also planning your garden for next year, I do recommend that you probably start planning that now, just to guarantee that you'll be able to get the inventory that you are looking for. I also have a Hoss Tool affiliate link that if anyone is interested in purchasing their Hoss Tools with my affiliate link, it does help our channel out. It also lets Hoss Tool know that I was the one that sent you guys there, and it of course helps me out as well. Got the fire going. Pulled out some stuff for dinner. I think I'm gonna make some beef short ribs for dinner tonight and probably serve it over some mashed potatoes. But before I get started on that, I'm gonna head up into the apothecary and check on the freeze dryer. I think I left you guys hanging in that last video, to be honest with you. I got the freeze dryer going and I figured it was probably going to be, I think it was gonna take about 24 hours for the first test trial Brad run to finish. So we ended up sitting around by the fire and it turned out to be an absolutely crystal clear night. Completely stunning. The only thing I didn't have was I did not have any marshmallows. Good morning, cows. It's absolutely beautiful. We still have some finishing touches to do, but for the most part, oh my gosh, it's adorable. Oh, I can't wait to get this all officially set up. Okay, it is process complete. I'm gonna go ahead and open the drain to allow for venting, which is here. Now that right now is going into a 5-gallon water bucket, if there's any moisture or not. Okay. That's not too bad. Wow, that's like crazy. It's very definitely dry, not cold. The bread with the vinegar definitely took the smell out of it. I think one of the first things that I plan on freeze drying is probably gonna either be apples or strawberries or avocados. I need to look and see what I have. I went ahead and took them all out. Let's kind of break one and see what you think. So they're definitely, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, that is nuts. So if this were food that I was gonna eat, I would put it in the Mylar bags or the jars with the moisture absorber, the oxygen absorbers. But since this was just a test trial and the first run, I'm just keeping it like this, and maybe the chickens will eat it. not looking like normal honey, but the moisture in the garlic actually has allowed the honey to kind of ferment. It is so good for you, but not only is it good to have and eat, especially if you're not feeling good, but it's also really good to cook with. And I think this would be absolutely delicious if I could sprinkle some of this honey on our own beef short ribs and enjoy it. I forgot to go get some of our bone broth. Now I'm gonna use 2 different of our stocks for this dinner tonight. I'm gonna actually do some of our beef bone broth, and then I also have some mushroom stock that we made. I wanna say it has about 14 different mushrooms, 7 different mushrooms. I'm gonna say 7. So we're gonna add some of our mushroom stock and some of our beef bone stock. And some of our beef stock. That is quite lovely. So now I'm just gonna let that do its thing for a good couple of hours, and I'll thicken up. I'll probably go ahead and plan on thickening up that broth too. I can use that over top of our mashed potatoes, and yeah, that'll be quite lovely. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and learn something old.